I want to know, how did Bitcoin change your life?
It hasn't changed my life.
Why not?
Because I have enlightenment. I pursue happiness. Why? Like, how would Bitcoin make me happier?
Well, Bitcoin is freedom, sound money, hope, so many other things.
What are you talking about? I've got plenty of money, and actually I don't have any Bitcoin, but
You don't have any Bitcoin.
do you have?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you're like, where is it?
I'm not going
Is
to
it
tell
on
you
your
where it
phone?
is.
Is it on your phone?
No.
Is it? You have digital money.
Yeah, I have digital. Yeah. So do you not
I've got
believe?
lots of digital money. It's my Apple phone. Like, I buy coffees with it all the time.
Do you believe in Bitcoin?
What does that mean, believe? I believe in me.
Okay.
I could believe in you.
Okay.
You believe in me.
No. I think you're kind of crazy if you don't believe in Bitcoin.
Well, I think, okay, so, I am.
I mean, explain your logic.
Clearly, I am an existentialist, okay? God is dead. I'm sorry, folks. There are no rules. You're on your own, okay? And so I guess my view on Bitcoin is that it sounds like a church gathering. It's a belief system, okay? I'm not really a belief system kind of guy, yeah? I'm the person that says, yeah, I believe in simplicity. I buy things when they're going up, and I sell things when they're going down. Okay, Bitcoin presently is going sideways, but Bitcoin, so I'm simplicity. I'm kind of greedy. I'm the asset capitalist. Okay, I need to make money, and my problem is there are profound concerns across the world, and because for 15 years we haven't resolved economic problems, the economic problems have stacked one upon the other, okay? And it's like a kind of leaning tower of problems, okay, which are almost greater than let's use your buzzwords, than the central power of politicians to respond, okay? So I get that. But, so Bitcoin, just to conclude that lack of logic, in this world which has profound and pressing concerns, at least Bitcoin seems to be, I don't want to say the word cheap, but I want to say to you, Bitcoin could triple or quadruple, and almost like no one would notice. I mean, you would notice, but it wouldn't change the world, and that's a kind of cool thing. Like, if it quadrupled, it'd be the size of shitty old Facebook, okay?
But let me hop into there. Okay, you're a money guy, right? You just said you love money.
I don't love money. I love life. I don't love money. I mean, that's crass. I'm curious about money.
Okay, but the thing is, how do you explain inflation? So if you have a ton of money out there, and I feel like Bitcoin, in a way, fights inflation.
No, it doesn't. So first of all...
But it does, because you have
it doesn't
a max...
It doesn't fight inflation. It potentially provides you with a hedge against inflation. But the thing is, so does a lot of other things. It's called the S&P. It's called gold. It's called like antique cars. It's called a Picasso.
Well, it's gold. It's like digital gold. You're going back. You can't compare the S&P with gold.
The S&P rocks versus gold. Are you joking? Like gold sat on its ass. It peaked at $850 in January 1980. And in the year 2003, when I was buying it, it was like $300. Okay, so gone from 800 to 300 over 22 years. Okay, and the S&P had gone up 15 times. Okay, and
how do you explain Bitcoin that it started at zero and it went to 69K?
Yeah, it started at zero.
Yeah,
it started at zero. Yeah,
but it's like with money, you give it value.
So today it's at 28,000, okay? And the total value of Bitcoin, not crypto, but Bitcoin today is $500 billion. So when it was at 70,000, let's round up, okay? It was $1.3 trillion, okay? What is the size of the S&P? $35 trillion, right? Bitcoin is like just this tiny little ant. It might maybe ants become elephants. And that's my intrigue. Maybe the ant grows up into something bigger. It might do. And that's my curiosity.
Okay, so you're here learning about it.
No.
Well, no?
No. Are we still taping it? So the Bitcoin people are like, they're against fiat money, and they're very concerned about the US dollar. And there's these profoundly ridiculous stories.
Money.
Yeah, and dollarization, and the dollar's going to collapse. Okay. I cannot believe how profoundly worse the architecture and the system of money is within the Bitcoin crypto community. It is more perilous. It is more, I am into absurdity. I struggle to think if I was taking mushrooms and tequila and really straining myself to be imaginative, that I could come up with the current state of affairs in Bitcoin stroke crypto. And I'm specifically referring to Tether. The whole system is tethered to I can't say a fraud, to a fantasy, okay? A fantasy. And what we're seeing this. Have you heard of Gresham's Law?
No.
No, you see, now we're learning, right? So Gresham's Law is this really old law which says bad money drives out good money, okay? And the idea goes back to when you had a king and a queen. And what do they do? You know, we're in Europe, so you invade your neighbor, okay? Yeah. And you need money. And so what you do is you say, give me all those gold coins. And then you take half the gold out and you shove them back out. They'll never notice, okay? So that's bad money chasing out the good money, okay? So what's happening in this universe is the bad money, I'm afraid Tether, because Tether cannot audit their system, right? Really, there's not $80 billion of treasury bills, okay? And what's happening, so people know that, and then they go to the good money, the USDC, and you can, so you go into Tether, and you're like, okay, I got 10 million bucks, and you convert it into USDC, and then, because they are backed one for one, and then you get out of the system. And so what you see is the NAV, the market value of the good money is going down, 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 and the bad money is just sitting there. It's preposterous. And it's based on 3-4 jokers. Like there's a guy called Paul. There's a Dutch guy. He's like Kaiser Sousa. He's the CEO, right? No one's ever seen him. It's like, who is he? Maybe he's here. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's the cameraman, right? He's from Holland. I don't know. Yeah. And so you get the CTO, and he's like, no, trust me. We're honest. The money's there. And you're like, okay, well, get an audit from Price Waterhouse. We're working on it. I'm like, I asked you for it 2 years ago. It's complicated. I'm like, it's not that complicated. So anyway, there you go.
And so you don't think that there's a problem with the fiat money?
There are problems everywhere, honey. There are problems everywhere. I keep saying we're stacking problem on problem on problem on problem, okay? I'm just saying that if I've got to come back to try and say something modestly encouraging, I can conceive of allocating some of my wealth, my financial wealth, into Bitcoin. But let me tell you, if I was doing it, let's see if I can antagonize you further, I'd buy futures. I'd buy Bitcoin futures. I don't need, I don't need semiconductors or whatever.
And what do you think the solution to all these problems are? If you think Bitcoin futures are, you would invest in Bitcoin futures rather than in Bitcoin itself. But what would be the solution to these problems? So
solutions and I'm being serious. I'm being absurdly serious, but serious. So there's clearly a technology. There's a platform. There's plumbing. There's a lot of intelligence within the system. Payment systems, identification, processing, confirmation. And actually, I was saying on the stage earlier that we've probably spent, as a society, in the architecture of banks and finance and the arrangement of the economy, all of the emphasis has been on risk mitigation. What is risk? Risk is, Isabella, I don't know, you could be risky, right? And I spend all my time fearful about having an engagement with you, okay? And actually, what this, the microculture and the embedded technology, what it brings to the fore is like, hey, listen, to move forward, maybe we have to concentrate on something else, something more liberating. Risk control is not it's necessary, but it's not liberating, okay? And what blockchain rather offers is trust. It's like, let's trust each other. What if I could enable a system where we could hit it off immediately? And you're like, boom, yeah, you match. Like I'm thinking, I'm like really speeding here now. I'm thinking that blockchain is kind of like financial dating, financial Tinder. It's like, boom, we match, we're hot, we're together, let's get married. Okay. That's what blockchain does in the sense, that, so I was with my bank the other day and I have to sign a document which has 456 pages and I've got to put my initials on it. And then I've got to sign it, and then I've got to write an affidavit in French saying I promise that, I will not default on the loan. And if I make one spelling error, they make me write it again. And then I've got to do it not in duplicate, I've got to do it in quadruplet. Okay. I was in that office for 4 hours. I'm a busy guy. My hourly rate's high. I lost a lot of money. Imagine we would just go, boom, digital passport, I own all these assets. It's confirmed on my blockchain. And their system goes, yeah, you're right. Boom, done. It would take me 10 seconds. Okay. So you would be enabling commerce. I would trust you. You would trust me. And therefore credit would be facilitated. And credit is the oxygen which potentially creates prosperity. And at the margin, we're not creating enough prosperity because money just now is broken. And it's broken by overemphasizing risk and not encouraging trust.
Bitcoin does encourage trust. I do gotta end on that note.
There you go. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, okay. Not Bitcoin, but blockchain. But yeah, blockchain.
That is true. You can't go back and change blockchain.
I'm not making this up.
Yeah, I know. No, but that was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.